Introducing Matic.
Ok, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, c'est la Mat Patang, good afternoon et bonjour à toutes et à tous, c'est Sohaila DJ Soul sur Matic FM en direct de Kuala Lumpur avec toujours ce magnifique temps, cette chaleur à peu près 30 degrés aujourd'hui avec un ciel bien découvert. J'ai parlé avec ma sœur hier, elle m'a dit qu'en France il faisait 0 degré, mais qu'est-ce que vous attendez pour venir ici? Jom, venez en Malaisie. Vous allez voir que le temps ça va vous faire un choc thermique et vous allez emmener que vos vêtements légers avec vous. En fait, depuis que j'ai commencé la radio, je me suis rendu compte que je vous ai jamais parlé de Kuala Lumpur KL, cette ville qui fait rêver. Donc aujourd'hui, j'ai deux invités très spéciaux. Après avoir fait l'interview, je vais vous parler de Kuala Lumpur. Donc mes invités aujourd'hui sont monsieur Thurai Singnam, qui est le directeur de MHV International, et monsieur Abdul Halim Ahmed, qui est le directeur de Malaysia Uzbek Friendship. Donc, comme vous l'avez compris, on va parler de l'Ouzbékistan. I just want to speak English for this special interview today because I have two special guests. I'm very, very happy to have them here with me today, who are Mr. Thurai Singnam. He is the director of MHV International, and Mr. Abdul Halim Ahmed, who is the chairman of Malaysia Uzbek Friendship. So, as you guess it, we're gonna talk about Malaysia and Uzbekistan friendship, and talk about Uzbekistan, how to go there. So just bear with us. Hold on. After these few songs, we will talk about it. I will introduce you this two special guests. Bear with us.
Dari setulang laut ke seberanglah jaya, singgahlah sekejap di Batu Tiga. Kalau tuan dan puan ada sedikit masa, jemputlah datang ke negeri kita.
Laporkan Saudi kalah rantai dari kapal kejeti mengayuh sampan, pulang mencari tempat bersantai. Kami kumpulan yang puas berjalan, buah di tangan tok sahabat handai. Bila berjumpa bercerita sakan, kalaulah tuan si bijak dan pandai, di mana tempat suasananya nyaman? Kuala Lumpur, dekat je. Pantai Behor, dekat je. Belok Kemar, dekat je. Paya Mengkuar, dekat je. Langkawi, dekat je. Lupa Miri, dekat je.
Dari setulang laut ke seberanglah jaya, singgahlah sekejap di Batu Tiga. Kalau tuan dan puan ada sedikit masa, jemputlah datang ke negeri kita. Dari lama sehingga Pulau Rawa, bila berehat duduk bersila. Kalau tuan dan tuan ada sedikit masa, jemputlah datang ke negeri kita.
Bukanlah berogak ke Gunung Jerai, Gunung Laleh dan ke Gunung Tahan, sampai ke puncak barulah melambai. Gambar diambil menjadi kenangan. Kalaulah tuan ke Karambunai, bawa sekali rakan nontonan. Kalaulah tuan si bijak dan pandai, kemana kita di tahun hadapan? Kinabalu, Istana Batu, Rus Pulau, Bandar Ipoh, Kuala Mulu, Kuala Kubu Baru.
Dari setulang laut ke seberanglah jaya, singgahlah sekejap di Batu Tiga. Kalau tuan dan puan ada sedikit masa, jemputlah datang ke negeri kita. Dari lama sehingga Pulau Rawa, bila berehat duduk bersila. Kalau tuan dan puan ada sedikit masa, jemputlah datang ke negeri kita.
Sorong papan tarik papan buah keranji rendam cuka. Semua sekali duduk makan, rumah kami sentiasa terbuka. Buah limau dalam kedai beli untuk si buah hati. Lagu kami belum selesai, izinkan kami menyanyi lagi.
Kalau berbahasa kami berbudi,
Kalau berbahasa kami berbudi.
selepas bekerja bolehlah bercuti.
Bola datang, kalaulah sudi.
Darilah mesin ke Pulau Rawa, bila berehat duduk bersila. Kalau tuan dan tuan ada sedikit masa, jemputlah datang ke negeri kita. Kalau tuan dan tuan ada sedikit masa, jemputlah datang ke negeri kita. Jemputlah datang ke negeri kita. Jemputlah datang ke negeri kita.
Ok, c'est DJ Soul Swahila sur Matic FM. As I told you earlier, I am with two special guests today. Hi, how are you?
Good,
Hello,
great. How are
Suhaila,
you?
Nice coming here.
How are you
Thank
doing?
Fine. We are all very happy to be in the program today.
I'm so honored, you cannot imagine. So I would like to ask you about, this friendship between Uzbekistan and Malaysia. First to you, Mr. Abdul Halim Ahmed. I would like, as you are the chairman of Malaysia Uzbek friendship, can you explain more about this friendship, this relationship between the two countries?
After 24 years, since 1991, I've been coming to Uzbekistan from Tashkent, Kuala Lumpur. And then the previous ambassador, Dr. Shukor, asked me to set up Malaysian and Uzbek Friendship Association. So this Malaysian Friendship Association is an initiative of the former ambassador. The purpose is to create collaborations to exchange culture, tourist education, and many more in the tourism especially. And I think we are going on the next episode of exchange. We are looking at the tourism as our prime movement in between Uzbekistan and Malaysia. And of course, we are looking a little bit more macro, whereby Tashkent is the hub of the 3 or 5 Central Asian countries, which comprises of Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, and also Kyrgyzstan. Uzbekistan is at the center, and they are accessible to the other part of Europe and also Russia. And Kuala Lumpur is the hub to all the ASEAN countries. They always traditionally 1992, 95, when Uzbekistan comes to Kuala Lumpur, they would like to go to Thailand, they would like to go to Singapore, but it's always through to Kuala Lumpur. And vice versa. People from Kuala Lumpur last time was very popular going to Umrah through Tashkent. They go to Tashkent, they call it mini Umrah, go to Samarkand, Imam Bukhari, and then they go to Umrah. So things we are taking now to the next level, which I think that's where Mr. Tera Raja from would like to exchange and give his opinion of his future plans.
Yeah, to take care of this relationship, we need connectivity. That's why we invited Mr. Turai Singham to talk about MHV International, to talk about Uzbekistan Airways as well. So can you just explain first the MHV International?
Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to appear in your program. I would like to start by saying that we represent the Airworld Aviation Group, a multinational company, and we are the general sales agent for Uzbekistan Airways in Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia, and we also are the general sales agent for Uzbekistan Airways in India, in Istanbul, Turkey, and North America. So we have a very wide connectivity as far as the airline is concerned, and we have been representing them over 10 years now. Now, talking about MHV International Malaysia, this is a company that's established to take care of the Malaysian interests of Uzbekistan Airways, and we have an office in the airport and also at the town center. We are located at number 18 Wisma OUA2 at 21 Jalan Pinang. And from there, we have got agents and various travel agents who are working with us to sell tickets to Uzbekistan Airways by Uzbekistan Airways, and we also have individuals calling us to get tickets on Uzbekistan Airways. We do both passenger and cargo, and we have a very good relationship with the airline since we represent them, and we are in the mood to promote Uzbekistan Airlines and Uzbekistan in a very strong way this year.
And more about the airlines, more about the planes. Can you talk about Uzbekistan Airlines, about the facilities that you provide to customers?
Right. Talking about Uzbekistan Airlines, they've been flying to Malaysia over 20 years now. And currently we have got 3 flights from Tashkent to Kuala Lumpur and Singapore and return.
Weekly?
That's on Tuesdays, weekly 3 flights. And on Tuesdays we have Tashkent, Kuala Lumpur, Tashkent, that's a direct flight. And on Fridays we have got Tashkent, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur and back. So there you have 3 flights. We have got, in the fleet of Uzbekistan Airlines, they are consisting of Airbus and Boeing. But to the Malaysian sector, we are using the Boeing 767, which is a very well-equipped aircraft. We have got business class seats, we have got economy class seats as well, and the service is, I must say, comparable to any of the 5-star airlines. The reliability of the airline is up to the top-notch comparison. We also have security of in today's aviation industry, security has become a very important issue, and I think we have taken security is a very serious issue, and from the time you check in to the time you reach the destination, you can be assured of passenger security. And we have got very good feedbacks, and we have got very good support from the general public. Our aim is to get more Uzbek to visit Malaysia and more Malaysians to visit Uzbekistan. And we assure you that as the general sales agent, we'll give the best possible in the industry.
Mr. Turai, can I add in a little bit?
Please.
I think from my experience, recently I went to Tashkent. I'm flying Uzbekistan Airways from Kuala Lumpur to Tashkent to Almaty. I think your leg rooms are different than even the normal, we call it the boutique airlines. Don't talk about the budget carriers.
Yes.
I think for long haul, 7-9 hours, the economy is as good as business class in some of the airlines.
I agree with you. We have very good leg room, and leg room is good, and also the seats are very comfortable, and the in-flight service is also very good with very good food.
From Kuala Lumpur to Tashkent and return, they have halal food.
Yes.
And of course, these are service served from Malaysia and also from Uzbekistan.
So very convenient to Malaysian
Yes,
people.
and the connection to Europe, we fly to London, New York, Paris, and then on to the CIS countries. You can talk about Moscow, St. Petersburg, Baku, and the connectivity to CIS is excellent.
Very connected.
What do you about halal food from Tashkent? May I know a little bit, Mr. Tera, about the halal food to Istanbul?
As you know, Uzbekistan is a Muslim country,
Ah,
so there is no issue about halal food because everything is halal there. And I must add, the food that is served is organic food. They don't have any fertilizer and things like that. So you get original, authentic food, and their fruits are beyond expectation. It's very good.
I'm sure the listeners and I as well would love to know more about Uzbekistan. So what if we play just few songs and then we talk about this beautiful country?
Great.
Okay, bear with us, huh?
Yes.
Matic FM, Travel with Style.
Abang, jom pergi bercuti.
Boleh.
Abang, lama kita tak pergi shopping.
Pun boleh.
Ayang teringin sangat nak makan.
Semua boleh, yang. Ayah nak semua tadi, semua boleh. Dah siap dah.
Nak pergi bercuti ya?
Tak, apa yang ayah nak tadi semuanya ada di Mita Tourism Fair 2016 yang berlangsung selama 3 hari bermula 29 Januari sehingga 31 Januari 2016 bertempat di KL Convention Center.
Yang ada pelbagai aktiviti menarik menanti pengunjung tu ya bang?
Betul lah tu. Dah siap lah. Apa lagi main handphone tu?
Ayang tengah daftar di talian 01548821320 untuk dapatkan jemputan eksklusif ke Mita Tourism Fair 2016.
Abang pun dah daftar juga melalui email ke mitatourismfair@gmail.com. @gmail.com. Alamak, lupalah nak bagi tahu mak, abah, tok wan, tok teh.
Suruh je mereka layari www.mitaturismfair.com. Dah, jom!
Mita Tourism Fair 2016 dibawakan khas oleh Malaysia Inbound Tourism Association. Go domestic.
Ok, c'est DJ Soul, soyez là sur Matic FM. We just heard Tourner dans le vide by Indila, very brilliant French singer. So I'm still with my two special guests to talk about Uzbekistan. So in the morning we had a roadshow handled by Tourism Malaysia and Uzbekistan Airways. We had 21 travel agents from Uzbekistan to promote their packages.
Something wrong.
I really love the slides that we have seen in the morning. Uzbekistan seems to be a very beautiful country. Can you talk more about Uzbekistan?
Thank you very much. First of all, I must give the viewers, the listeners, a good insight of Uzbekistan. It is actually a mystical and undiscovered country. To most people, they know about Uzbekistan, but they have not ventured into visiting the country. I myself have visited the country several times the last 10 years, and it is a country that really has to be seen, and you will believe only when you see it. The people are extremely friendly, and I must say the places to visit are so many. You start from Tashkent, you can go to Bukhara, you can go to Samarkand, and there are many other places that you can see. Beautiful architecture, and when we talk about architecture, Islamic architecture, many of them don't realize that the Taj Mahal was actually from an architect that comes from Uzbekistan. So,
Well, he's a grandson of Emir Timur.
Yes.
Just at Regent Square. Yeah?
so you can imagine how advanced were they in architecture at that time of the century. And if you look at the culture, the history, and it's very exotic, Islamic of course, and you have the traditional, they preserve the tradition in such a way that if you go out to any part of Uzbekistan, you can see the people dressed in the traditional way, observing traditional rites, and also having a very warm feeling towards people who visit the country. The food is again very excellent. They got the Uzbek pilau, they got the shashlik, and it's all halal food.
Yeah,
So
we could try it during the lunch. It was very.
so today, we had
tasty.
lunch today, and that was the with the compliments of the embassy. We had some Uzbek food, and I'm sure we all enjoyed the food.
Yeah, I
didn't we?
really enjoyed.
Mr. Tural, do you agree with me that Uzbekistan have a lot of secrets? A lot of secrets.
Yes.
One of the secret that I experienced last 2 years, actually, when I was at Nuuk,
Yes.
and that's amazing, you know.
Yes.
And why Malaysian people should go there? I mean, what's
For
attractive?
as I explained to you, this is a different culture. It's a different background. You have got the food. The food is so different. And the other thing is Uzbekistan has got 4 seasons.
Yeah,
That is a very important thing. You see,
Spring
you
and
have spring,
and
you have
autumn,
summer,
beautiful.
autumn, and
Malaysian
winter.
people don't know that.
Malaysian people probably won't know it, and you have snow in winter. Where can you get? When you go to this part, people wouldn't think.
Beautiful.
But the snow is so beautiful. You can
It's
play
beautiful.
with the snow. Malaysians love to see snow and experience snow.
No, you have skiing.
You have skiing.
Skiing resort in Chimgan, in the
Yes.
Highlands. Even end of February, you still have snow in
So
the Highlands.
it's fantastic for Malaysians to go there.
They need to go. And what about the visa?
Yes.
yeah.
Just before I go about the visa, I would like to also mention that when you bring and spend your money in Uzbekistan, it carries a long way, because for every dollar you spend, you can get more in return. Because they have the local currency called the sum.
Okay.
And the sum, when you convert, you get a lot of sums, and basically it's a much cheaper country to visit if you compare to even anywhere in Asia.
Mr. Tera, you experience the train ride. For one ride, you can go any part of Tashkent. You pay only once, and it costs you 600 som or 1,000 som, and that's equivalent to one bread. So you can get a bread that's equivalent to the ride of the train ride all over Tashkent the whole day. As long as you don't go out, you only pay once. There's the beauty about spending time there, traveling.
Yeah. So
Especially for like European or American, while like, they have money and it's not okay for them. And Malaysian people always complain about their currency. They always think that they cannot have money if they go, if they travel abroad. But if they go in Uzbekistan, they can enjoy.
Malaysians will come back with good memories because they can come with full bag full of all these good fruits.
You
and
travel
nuts.
there with empty bags.
Yeah.
You go there to Tashkent, you bring
Yes.
empty bags.
Yes,
That's
you can come back with very nice. They are dry
Ceramics.
fruits, ceramics.
Carpets.
They are nuts. So and as I said again, it's very organic. It's natural with no fertilizers. So it's something different, and you can enjoy the fruits in that part of the world, different kinds of fruits.
Oh,
I'm sure our French listeners would love that. Si vous avez l'occasion d'aller en Ouzbékistan, vraiment, n'hésitez pas. Apparemment, c'est un super pays. Moi, j'aimerais vraiment découvrir ce pays. Vous pouvez découvrir le pays pour vraiment pas cher. Et en plus, comme a dit le monsieur, tout est organic food. Donc, on sait que nous, les Français, on aime beaucoup tout ce qui est nature, etc. Donc, si vous avez l'occasion d'aller en Ouzbékistan, en plus de la culture, des beaux paysages, beautiful landscapes, vous avez organic food, vous avez tout ce qui est naturel et j'en suis sûre que vous allez kiffer vos vacances là-bas. So, apart from that, how can you...
Apart from that, I also must emphasize here the important thing that any tourist would today want to go to a place where it's secure. And I can guarantee you that Uzbekistan is a very safe place to visit.
I used to walk at 3 o'clock in the morning to the train station. Total darkness, and I'm alone walking, and you're safe.
So when I went to Uzbekistan and I saw people going in and out of the cars, and when somebody fetched me, they put the money and the bag in the car and just talk about visas now, right? Malaysians going to Uzbekistan need visa, right? So Uzbekistan's coming here, don't require visa. We hope that this will change. But however, this visa regime is because they want to filter the right people into the country. Group tourism, individual. There is a 7-day time to get the visa, and the embassy has been very cooperative. They work with us. They work with groups, agents, and visa will be issued within 7 working days. So that is not
fast.
a problem. Yes, group visas are much cheaper. They are only $15 US. So
per person,
yes. This is a processing fee. It wouldn't be a problem, and we will, if need be, we will also assist in any way we can.
And I could see this morning that a lot of languages are spoken in Uzbekistan.
Yes.
They speak we know that French people don't speak very well English, so if they go there, they can be assisted. Because
yes, there are tourist guides who can speak very much many languages, and the route is they can also speak Turkish. It's very close to Turkish language. So if you know, of course, I know Turkish language, so it's easier.
Very easy for Turkish speakers.
Yeah. So Turkish speakers. There's talking of that. There's a lot of Turkish businesses and Turkish people there too, and there's also Turkish food. You can also get Turkish food, and there's a lot of Korean community. You'll be surprised that is Koreans who have come before during the war, and they've settled there, and they are Uzbeks. But they're Korean, so you got Korean restaurants and
talking about this, very interesting, because if you are aware, in Uzbekistan there are more than 100 ethnic groups. There are Russian Uzbek, Korean Uzbek.
Yes.
You even have Bangla Uzbek.
Yes.
Russian.
This multicultural is very attractive.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I want to go. I'm sure everyone who's listening to us now want to go to Uzbekistan. Restez avec nous. Après ces quelques musiques, on va parler du futur, des futurs plans que Uzbekistan Airways prévoit pour améliorer la connectivité. Restez avec nous à Matic FM, Travel with Style. Oubliez surtout pas de voyager avec style.
Matic FM.
Ya, saudara sekalian, saya Muhammad Nazri bin Abdul Aziz, Menteri Pelancongan dan Kebudayaan Malaysia, ingin menyatakan sini satu mesej salam sehati sejiwa dan salam satu Malaysia kepada semua. Saya mengucapkan selamat melancong di Malaysia kepada semua pelancong-pelancong dalam dan luar negara. Dengarkan Matic.fm, Travel with Style. Malaysia truly Asia.
Ok, c'est DJ Soul sur Matic FM, toujours en direct de Kuala Lumpur avec mes deux invités spéciaux. As we said earlier, Uzbekistan is a very, very beautiful country. People have so many things to discover there. So I would like to ask you about the plans for the future. What do you plan exactly?
As you can see that we have three frequencies right now from Tashkent to Kuala Lumpur and return. So our idea is to increase the number of passengers going to Uzbekistan and also from Uzbekistan coming here. It's very interesting that in winter you will find that a lot of Uzbeks would like to come to Malaysia because it's warmer here. So you will find a very heavy from Tashkent. There'll be a surge of tourists coming into Malaysia. But in summer then they will be going to other destinations, they will enjoy things in their country. So in summer there'll be more Malaysians wanting to visit. And also in winter you have Malaysians, but generally Malaysians have got a longer break.
I would like to add in, Uzbekistan flies 3 times a week to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur and via Singapore. When you want, they are not talking about Uzbek market alone. The CIS market and Russian also fly into Tashkent to come to Kuala Lumpur. During the winter, I think you have 2 flights.
Winter is 3. I mean, talking about Moscow, we have got daily 2 flights from Tashkent to Moscow, DME and back, and also to St. Petersburg.
So very good connection.
Very good connection, and it's within 2 hours they connect into the Malaysian flight from Tashkent to Kuala Lumpur. So you got also, as we just talked, there's a Russian market, a big Russian market waiting to come to visit Malaysia, and we are the only CIS country airline that gives this connection.
The beauty also, I just discovered, Russian have 30 to 40 million Muslims from Russia. They love to come to Malaysia. Yeah, and of course for us, I think Malaysian also like to go to Moscow because the discovery of the Muslim market. There are halal food in many other areas.
Easy to find.
Yes. Also in like Tatarstan have 90% Muslim. So in Moscow itself there's more than 1 million Muslims. And of course it's very interesting to know that the Soviet Union, former Soviet Union and CIS have huge market to offer us and vice versa. Yeah.
Yes. Talking about this, we also want to promote Uzbekistan together with the next destination. People can come to Uzbekistan and go to Istanbul. So you have got connectivity, and there are daily flights from Uzbekistan Airways from Tashkent to Istanbul.
Daily flight.
Daily B767 big aircraft.
Nice.
And there's flights there, and they can also go to Jeddah. They can do the Umrah and back through Tashkent. So you do a Umrah, you can do a mini Umrah again in Tashkent, go to Samarkand.
Very good.
Good for Malaysian because they are very involved in halal tourism and Islamic tourism as well.
And then the great Imam al-Bukhari, his tomb is in Samarkand. And then you got Imam Ibn Sina.
We have Ibn Sina museum somewhere.
So
people have not been there.
It is very interesting. I'm not only talking about just Muslims, but any tourist from Malaysia would enjoy a trip to Uzbekistan.
Of course.
I have Russian friends from Moscow who interested to go to Samarkand. And the beauty that he explained to me last week that Samarkand is a historical city. It's the capital of Uzbekistan back to during this 700 years ago. And of course Tashkent have an earthquake somewhere, I think in the 70s. And it was built again, rebuilt, all the historical center. But Samarkand still is a beautiful city, naturally. Of course, in Fergana, that's very interesting to go to Fergana, where the valley to the east, and beautiful place, beautiful to see Fergana people.
Actually, what we would like to do is to build the travelers' trust in going into that part of the world to discover. And we, as the general sales agent, will do everything possible. Anything that has to be addressed, we will address it. And as I said, 20 years of flying into Malaysia, we have now want to push it up to a higher level and have more tourists on both directions for the benefit of both countries, the people-to-people relation, and also looking at tourism on both sides.
So what if we do this kind of interview every month and we can make people win prizes and?
Oh yes, I think this is the next step. the next step we do in February, we will have another program, and we will have some surprises, so people can have some opportunity to
try
go
the
to
food.
Uzbekistan.
We can try the food.
We can try the food. We can
And
give
we
you
can-
some incentive, and so I hope that the listeners will all tune in for the next program where we can give some giveaways and make everyone happy and have a good response.
So hold on, don't miss it. If you want to go to Uzbekistan, if you want to try the food, if you want to win prizes as regards this beautiful country, just hold on and come every month. Listen to our interview with Mr. Turai Singnam. Thank you so much for coming today. It was such an honor for me. Thank you, Mr. Abdul Halim Ahmed.
Welcome. Rahmat, we call it Rahmat. In Uzbek, they say Rahmat means thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you very much for giving us this
Thank you so
opportunity.
much. Merci de nous avoir écoutés. Restez avec moi dans quelques minutes après ces musiques. Je vais vous parler de Kuala Lumpur parce que je me suis rendu compte que j'en ai jamais parlé concrètement. Donc voilà, restez avec moi et n'oubliez surtout pas que si vous voulez partir visiter un super pays en termes de culture, de religion, de beauté du paysage, allez en Ouzbékistan. Ça a l'air d'être un super pays. En tout cas, moi, ça fera partie de mes prochaines destinations. J'en doute pas une seconde. Donc, restez avec moi. Après ça, je vais vous parler de Kuala Lumpur, des endroits où aller, des endroits où manger, des endroits où dormir. Si vous aussi vous voulez venir visiter cette capitale, vous avez besoin de mes précieux conseils. Donc, restez et dans quelques minutes, je vous reprends. Matic et Femme, voyager avec style, travel with style.
Bulan, apa khabar?
Alhamdulillah.
Oh, Alhamdulillah sihat Bulan sekarang.
Alhamdulillah. Ni. Kau laju-laju ni nak ke mana?
Saya nak pergi bercuti Bulan, pergi JB.
Oh, kalau macam tu, kalau kau nak bercuti, kau kena tahu tentang informasi pelancongan.
Memanglah Bulan.
Jadi aku nasihatkan kau dengar radio Matic.fm.
Matic.fm?
Ya, baru lepas pelajaran tu.
Oh, ya ke Bulan? Macam mana nak dengar radio Matic tu?
Kau handphone mahal-mahal nak buat apa? Inilah gunanya handphone canggih.
Okey Bulan, macam mana tu Bulan?
Kau kena download TuneIn dahulu. Selepas itu kau search Matic FM.
Okey.
Cuba sekejap.
Jap, saya cuba.
Kalau dapat tu apa lagi? Kirim. Sama-samalah kita dengar radio
Matic.fm. Travel with style.
Matic FM. Travel with style.
Soyez là en direct de Matic FM, sur Matic FM, DJ Soul. C'était Juganiji. J'aime beaucoup cette musique de Mysterio, un super artiste français. Comme je vous ai dit, je vous ai jamais parlé de Kuala Lumpur concrètement. Pour moi, les trois choses à voir à Kuala Lumpur, les trois endroits où dormir et les trois endroits où manger, c'est les choses principales que dont j'aimerais parler aujourd'hui. Donc, si vous venez à Kuala Lumpur, moi j'ai beaucoup aimé l'aquarium. Vous allez c'est à quelques pas de KLCC. En fait, c'est vraiment une des choses à voir à Kuala Lumpur. À part ça, on a Dataran Merdeka. En fait, Dataran Merdeka, c'est une place historique de Kuala Lumpur. C'est vraiment magnifique parce que l'architecture est unique. On a le musée du textile pas loin. Et en face de cette place de Dataran Merdeka, on a des festivals qui se tiennent très très fréquemment durant l'année. Donc voilà, si vous venez à Kuala Lumpur, passez par Dataran Merdeka. De toute façon, si vous venez à Kuala Lumpur, si vous faites le tour avec le KL Open Hop Off, vous allez passer par Dataran Merdeka. C'est vraiment une place magnifique à voir. La troisième chose à voir, c'est KL Tower. Pas les Petronas Tower, pas les tours jumelles, mais la tour par laquelle passent toutes les communications. En fait, si vous allez au top, vraiment le Concorde Hotel, c'est vraiment un de mes hôtels coup de cœur à Kuala Lumpur. Sinon, vous avez le condominium Regalia. Ce qui est bien au condominium Regalia, c'est que au dernier étage, vous avez la piscine, et avec la piscine, vous avez la vue sur Kuala Lumpur City Center. Donc, vous avez la vue sur les Petronas Tower. Vraiment le plus beau condo de Kuala Lumpur. Troisième endroit où dormir, je recommanderais aussi le condo Tropicana qui est à Petaling Jaya, un tout petit peu loin de Kuala Lumpur. Vous pouvez pas y accéder par les transports en public, mais vous pouvez prendre le LRT jusqu'à Kelana Jaya. Et un coup de cœur, c'est le NZ Curry House. J'aime beaucoup ce restaurant qui est juste à côté des tours Petronas. Vraiment pas cher du tout, avec beaucoup de variétés. La sauce curry est vraiment au centre de tous les plats, et je pense que si vous goûtez une fois, vous allez y aller tous les jours. Deuxième deuxième endroit que je recommande, le food court de KLCC, c'est Jelatek, c'est un quartier pas très loin de Dato Kramat sur la route de Ampang. Si vous venez à Kuala Lumpur, de toute façon, vous allez entendre parler de cette route de partout, parce que c'est la route la plus busy de Kuala Lumpur avec beaucoup d'embouteillages. Donc vous avez la grande route de Ampang qui passe par Jelatek. Vous avez le night market tous les vendredis soirs et vous pouvez acheter de la nourriture locale vraiment très très bonne, et pour même pas 1 euro vous pouvez vous en sortir avec un super dîner. Pour les 3 choses à faire, si vous venez voir pour mon must do must see en Malaisie, si vous allez dans l'aquarium de Kuala Lumpur, n'oubliez surtout pas de nager, de faire du diving, de faire du snorkeling dans la noix de coco, à la banane, etc. Et c'est vraiment trop bon. Je pourrais en manger sans cesse. And finally, I would like to teach you one word in French, as usual. Today we talked about the friendship between Malaysia and Uzbekistan. So friendship in French is amitié. Amitié. I just want to remind you all the words I taught you. Bonne année for Happy New Year. Bien-être for wellness. Voyager for to travel. And today, avec regret que je vous quitte, je vous fais des gros bisous et je vous dis à la semaine prochaine, même heure, même endroit. Gros bisous, Matic FM, Travel with Style.
Introducing